Hi everyone, this is Teacher Dinko. We are on week 3 of our citizenship class. Before we jump into week 3, let's remember what we said on week 2. What do you remember? Do you remember about the governor of Missouri or your state, the president? Do you remember about the two political parties? Do you remember the economic system of the United States? And so on. If you haven't watched week 2 videos, up here, the I mark, you can click on that and watch week 2 video. Let's go to week 3. We're going to talk about some geography this time. This is the map of the United States of America. Where is the United States on the world map? As you can see, that blue part of the map, the United States is between Canada and Mexico. Those are north and south, respectively. What are the directions before we talk about north, south, west, east? What is west? Where is east? As you can see, these are the 4 directions. The blue N is north, the red one is west, the yellow one is south, the light green is east. So which direction is east, by the way? So east is where the sun rises, or when you see in the morning, the direction the sun comes out from, that is where east is. And the opposite direction, which is where the sun sets, that is west. So as you can see, the sun is setting here, so this is west. Now as you can see on this picture, west and east. So the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, as you can see that direction. That's how you know where east and west is. So the United States is bordered by Canada in the north and Mexico in the south. These are the 2 countries. And if you take the south, Mexico, there are some states that borders Mexico. There are actually 4: California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. These are the 4 states that borders Mexico. If you go to the north, to Canada, the yellow part above the US map, there are so many states that borders Canada. Washington is one. Idaho, Minnesota, Michigan, New York, Vermont, and so on. You can mention more. These are the states that borders Canada. On the left and right, 2 oceans. They are Pacific and Atlantic. Pacific in the west and Atlantic in the east. And one more thing that we need to know about the US is the state with the most people, which is California. California borders Mexico, and it's also the state with the most people. Very populous state. Another state we need to know is New York, which is the yellow spot you see on the northeast side of the US. That is where New York is. New York was the first capital of the United States. Number 2, New York borders Canada, we said earlier, right? Yeah. And also, the Statue of Liberty is in New York. So that is the other point we need to remember when we think of New York. The other state is Alaska, or Alaska is the largest state. In terms of land, Alaska is the biggest, the largest. In terms of population, it is California. So Alaska is the largest state. In terms of rivers, you need to know two rivers that are the longest ones in the United States. Missouri and Mississippi are the two longest rivers in the United States. And if you can see in St. Louis, the arch, if you go visit the arch, there is a water flowing right next to it. That is the Mississippi River. It goes through so many states. It starts in the north and goes all the way down to the south. The other is territories. The United States has so many territories. Guam is one. To say few more, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Northern Marianas, and the Marshall Islands, American Samoa, these are American territories, which means they're not attached to the mainland of the United States, or they're not states. With that, we finish and we summarize our lesson for today with these questions. Name one of the longest rivers in the United States. Longest rivers in the United States? Mississippi or Missouri? If you say one of the two, you're right. Number two, which ocean is on the west coast of the United States? Ocean on the west coast of the United States, which is Pacific. In the east, it's Atlantic. Good. Number three, name one U.S. territory. Name one U.S. territory. You can say Guam, you can say the Virgin Islands, and so on. So you just have to know one of those. Okay? Great. Let's continue. Number four. What is the largest state? What is the largest state? It is Alaska. Which state has the most people? It is California. What was the first capital of the US? The first capital. Now it's Washington, but before it was New York City. With that, we finish this week's lesson. Thank you and take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.